So, first up, we have Nwpo for Saudi Arabia and Juicy for France. They will play a best of 5, and the loser of that match, loser of that series, I should say, will be out of the World Cup for good. Their country will fight on without them. It's time to start Game 1 of Series 1 of the One's World Cup Grand Final. Nwpo for Saudi Arabia will be taking on Juicy, who's representing France. Juicy coming into this as a pretty big underdog, I'd say. He's still relatively unproven in the one scene. But, you know, without going into any detail, because I don't want to tell you guys what these guys have been saying specifically, but there has been a lot of chat from in the France team chat motivating Juicy about his chances in this one. I mean, he knew he's going to be an underdog no matter what match he got in this. TRK, Rawas, and Nwpo are all insane. But Nwpo's definitely the least consistent out of these 3 players. So if Juicy can play at his usual level, which from what I've seen is a pretty consistent baseline level, he's very solid, then I think he can be a good match for Nwpo here. If Nwpo peaks, I'll be honest, I don't think Juicy's going to have much to say in this one. Nwpo looked ridiculously impressive earlier today in the semi-final against Clears. Juicy doesn't have a flip to play with there, so Nwpo just backed off and waited. Yeah, lots of motivational messages being sent to Juicy from Moxie, who's, of course, France's most accomplished ones player. That was a pretty slippery recovery by Nwpo and a boomer to the top corner. Well saved by the Frenchman. Must be cool to have Moxie in your corner and Monkey Moon in your corner, the most accomplished player in competitive Rocket League in a long time. And look at this, Juicy's up by 1 from a Nwpo mistake. Now, I said he's the least consistent player from the Saudi Arabian team. He really does push himself to the limit. It's a high bar. I mean, to push himself to the limit, he has to push himself pretty much further than anyone in the world does. But he does make mistakes, and he's been punished for that one. Juicy's maybe going to get back here. He got a touch on the ball, but not enough. And Nwpo equalizes pretty quickly. You'll actually see Juicy playing in RLCS regionals if you do pay attention to the top 16 stage for EU. He plays in Razier's team, I believe. They're both on the Heat lineup unless there's been any roster changes. Juicy's he's an up-and-comer. He's a great player. In fact, Joyo from Moist has, you know, picked out Juicy as one of the next up. Joyo, and he told me, and I think he said on the Shocked podcast, that for him the next up in Europe are Juicy from France and Stizzy from Spain. So high praise. Sorry, it's Tundra for Razier's, isn't it? Yeah, you guys are right. No, I keep getting that mistake. I keep making that mistake because Razier's played for Heat in Gamers 8, and that to me is like his standout performance. So every time I think Razier's, I think Heat. I'm sorry, Tundra. They actually were in the running for the Rotterdam Major, but I'll be honest, their play was not as memorable as Razier's on Heat. For me, Heat Razier's is where he peaked. I'm sure that's not even a controversial thing to say. Like, he was really, really impressive when he played for Heat at Gamers 8. Look at this. Now, but doesn't look comfortable. Juicy's got him backed up into a corner here. Juicy's strengths so far in this competition have predominantly been defense and counter-attacks. He's going to score a third here. He's got all the time in the world. Juicy leads Nwpo 3-1. No, and Juicy plays for an all-French team now, doesn't he? I don't know why I just decided to go back in time with Razier. Doesn't he play for an all-French team? I'm pretty sure he does. In RLCS 3v3, of course he's playing for an all-France team today. Nwpo really being a bit more careful now with this approach. Looks like he might not have had a reset there because it looked like a decent position to use one. Yeah, Faris and Parka, Juicy, of course. I don't know how I can forget this. It's not the first time that Juicy's teamed up with Moxie in this tournament. Not the first time, rather. Look at this. Low boost. Doesn't matter. Juicy has Nwpo's number in game 1. The first goal came from a completely unforced error from Nwpo, but since then, it's just been straight up 3-1 from Juicy being the better out of the two players. Love that fake kickoff as well. Juicy going to waste some time here. Make sure that Nwpo doesn't get a quick goal. Oh, nuts. No boost steal in the corner there for Juicy, Nwpo missed it. He really does throw himself onto the wall with those wave dashes. Nwpo always moving as aggressively as possible. Very tough shot here. Nwpo decides not to play that one too risky. I think he might have just conceded though, because Juicy's crunched another challenge in the midfield and puts it past him again. Well, look at this. Juicy has kept up with Nwpo in game 1, and he has been by far the more clinical of the two players. Now it's Nwpo who's faking a kickoff. Juicy tries to run it into the back corner but has to leave it. Nwpo again, he's very much underneath the ball here. He does have a, surely he had a dodge available. I thought he must, but is that another reset miss from Nwpo? Bizarre to see that, especially in these circumstances. Juicy could go up 6-1 here. Tries for the tight angle shot. It's off the post and out. Where are the big offensive plays we've become accustomed to seeing from Nwpo? He sneaks one more through. But Juicy is still in a great spot here. If he could just get back into midfield play like he did in the last couple of kickoffs, it's going to be hard for Nwpo to come back. Juicy plays it standard. Big win to the inside. Pre-flip from Nwpo. Surprises him. Juicy able to waste a little bit of time, but he's got to be careful here. He's got no boost left over. Nwpo's coming fast down the middle, and Juicy can't get there. It's a 2-goal game. Nwpo's starting to warm up now. 58 seconds to go. It's going to feel like a long 58 seconds if Juicy opts to time waste. It's a very nice bounce for Nwpo to think about going for. He shoots it high though. Juicy's got a read on it, and that's going to be a goal for the Frenchman. Risky shot for Nwpo, goes way too far over the bar. If that was a little bit closer to the underside of the bar, maybe Nwpo would get Juicy to panic and jump for it. Juicy knew exactly where it was headed and scores another one. He can get a kickoff goal here. He's going to be very comfortable. Nwpo saves it. He's quickly back to attempt to counter, but only 5 boosts to his name. Juicy calls his bluff on the flick. Juicy has played such a smart game here. Puts himself up by 4. And Nwpo calls GG in game 1. Let's get into the next one. France lead the tournament favourite Saudi Arabia, and it's their least experienced player who's got the first game win for them. That could be huge. I don't need to translate. My French isn't very good, but I can already tell you just by looking at the team chat that Juicy is being cheered on right now by Monkeyman and Moxie. It's great to see the support for the young up-and-comer who's very much up against it here. He played such a smart end game. When it started to get a bit ropey at the end of the game, when he lost a couple of goals and Nwpo looked like he's starting to come back, Juicy just stabilized. He stayed calm, and I really like the kickoff strats that he used at the end of the game. So they just force midfield plays more often. That made Nwpo think twice about taking his time with his offense. And, you know, the game-winning challenge was a brave one. Juicy knew that Nwpo would likely slow play with a 3-goal deficit. That's a wide open net though. Juicy's off his goal line, and Nwpo slams in for the lead. Ill-advised boost sealed by Juicy. He was running away from a demo as well, but there's no way that he was making it back to his goal. The ball sitting in such a nice spot on the wall. Juicy threatening an early shot. Nwpo's definitely got a lot of respect for Juicy's shooting, it would seem, with a pre-jump that early from that position. Oh, lovely pre-flip. Juicy's out of the game again, and Nwpo makes it 2-0. He's got to be careful here. I feel like out of these two players and the styles that they've shown us for the tournament so far, Nwpo's got the comeback potential. He's got the ability to score in quick succession multiple times. Juicy, not so much. At least not when he's coming from behind and his opponent can just take his time. Looks like Juicy's trying to catch Nwpo off guard with a pogo shot, but Nwpo is too fast to move away from it. Nwpo tries for the tight angle shot. Didn't have a lot of boost to shoot it, and Juicy's actually going to have an open net here. Snipes it to the bottom corner. Perfect placement for Juicy once again. What an important win this would be for France. You know, if they can get this win, I'd put the series at a dead even position. The TRK and Rawas waiting for Saudi Arabia to play. I think they would still, you know, in the eyes of many, be the favourites, even if Juicy could beat Nwpo here. I think for me it would be on a knife edge. The reason being, I really have no idea what to expect from Monkeymoon. It's so cool that we're going to get to see Monkeymoon against either Rawas or TRK. Oh my goodness, Juicy pops off. Nwpo gave him all the space. Says, all right, what you got? Let's see what kind of mechanics you're going to pull out. And Juicy absolutely snipes the top corner with a flick. That's disgusting. You know, a lot of people were asking, a lot of naive 1v1 enjoyers are asking who's Juicy at the start of this tournament. Well, he's really making a name for himself now, proving that he very much belongs in this tournament. Fake jump from Nwpo. Juicy had to react to that one. Nwpo taking his time. Is he really going to go for a full pitch air dribble here? No way. Well, that's bold. Lots of boosts going to need to be invested here. Nwpo didn't look like he landed the reset cleanly. You know, when you're taking off that slowly, it is a risk, even for a player with Nwpo's mechanical ability. Juicy's proven to be tough to get past. Tries to pinch the ball clear. He's got to be very careful here. He's put himself in a dangerous position. Nwpo stole the boost moments ago. Juicy's waiting for it, but it's not coming anytime soon. Reset for Nwpo's good. It looks like Juicy did not notice that Nwpo stole the boost away because he's waiting on that. It's not back for a while. You can see even on the replay, it's still not there. Still not there even after the goal goes in. Nwpo's steal went undetected. Musin Ranzaneo, thanks for the primes, also a cuter. Appreciate all the new and resub primes in the stream so far. We've only just gotten started on what will hopefully be an incredibly entertaining final. Juicy muscles through Nwpo again. He's got a strong 50-50 game, it would seem. He's got the mechs in the air. He's got the defensive structure. I feel like Juicy's looking like the complete package right now. Juicy, who took down Gom in the quarterfinals before being eliminated from the semi-series. Great save again by Juicy, but he's looking to go 2-1 in the tournament overall right now by getting his biggest 1v1 win his career so far. Great shot, Nwpo's equal to it. Atta was able to beat Juicy in the semi-final by having full confidence in his very impressive aerial game. So you'd expect Nwpo to have the tools to beat him, but right now it is all Juicy. He slows down the pace. Nwpo does not challenge. It's a fake challenge, but really not that convincing. Juicy's not going to fall for that. And he's up by 1 again. Where are the Nwpo pop-off plays? We've seen at least 3 or 4 air dribbles fall short of their intended target. Juicy gets baited in that time. He missed the boost seal. Nwpo should be scoring, and he will. That's a fantastic recovery from Nwpo after missing his initial save into the corner. We're on EU server, of course. Reason being, I'm sure a lot of people are going to ask, why don't you bounce between Middle East and European servers? It's because the European server is a lot better in private matches, a lot more stable than the Middle East server. So much so, in fact, that Rawas and AMS in the All KSA semi-final earlier today asked to play on the European servers. So it's just not playable to do Middle East servers, unfortunately, for cross-region. I think it's the only way that Middle East servers is viable is when you're playing Asia versus... Oh my goodness. Juicy with an unbelievable save. I'm going to just stop talking about servers for a second. I thought that was a goal. And then I thought it was a goal again, but Juicy has pulled out one of the best saves I've ever seen. That's ridiculous. He holds on. Now the fake ceiling challenge. Juicy jumps back down. Nwpo's actually adjusted low and shoots into the top corner, surely. No, it still refuses to cross the line. Nwpo is testing every extremity of the goal, and Juicy is just sitting in the middle. Well, eventually, Nwpo finds a way through. What an unbelievable defensive stand from France's newest addition to the Ones team. Unbelievable. Yeah, just to finish my thought, because I know somebody's going to ask, you can play Middle East servers for India matches, or for Indian players and other APAC players. Juicy just called him on that challenge. We need to see this from Juicy POV. I'm sorry now, but we're going to watch this again because he thought he's sneaking in a challenge, but as you can see, with the way the ball's bouncing and the way Juicy's positioning himself, he's able to see past the ball. He saw Nwpo turning to face him. Nwpo looking to make an aggressive challenge. Both players accepting the low boost play. Juicy's away. Boost seal will be his, and Nwpo's pitch goes nowhere. That's going to be another boost seal. Juicy's got everything in this position. And he gets the ball into a position Nwpo can't catch up to, but the shot is savable. Nwpo opts for the hard clear. Juicy's going to have the ball if he plays this correctly. Actually ended up being a very, very good shot from Nwpo backing up the Frenchman. Nwpo slow plays, absorbs the challenge. Juicy's recovering quickly. How's Nwpo's shot? It's good, but it's not good enough. Boost steal from Nwpo at the far post. He's going to go for the 0-second play here. Reset is his. The flick is low, and Juicy blocks it again. The defense has been unbelievable. But will it be enough? Nwpo is piling on the pressure. Plays for the backboard. Juicy blocks. Great vision by Juicy as well to keep an eye on Nwpo's whereabouts. Oh, it's a great read as well to know that that's not into the net. No panic from Juicy. Tries to catch Nwpo off his goal line. Nwpo's able to retreat. Juicy accepts possession turnover. Nwpo tries to pop it over the challenge. Juicy still able to make contact. He's not just sitting in net here and farming saves. He is advancing and challenging every now and then to keep Nwpo guessing. Now the fake jump to back up the Saudi Arabian. Nwpo doesn't have a lot of boost here. He's going to need to leave the area. Juicy knows that. At some point Nwpo's going to go. There he goes, down the line. Juicy immediately flicks in case there's a challenge coming. He's playing a very safe strategy here, but you've got to look out for those fast recoveries. Nwpo is so quick with it. Still, Juicy with the boost advantage and possession in the back corner. Mid did spawn for Nwpo. Did Juicy realise? In comes Nwpo with one reset. Juicy deflects it clear. He's playing boost management mode. Nwpo off the ceiling. Flip is available. Just opts for another safe 50-50. Juicy is making this as difficult as possible, but it's all Nwpo in offense, and now he's finally through. Open net double, and it's in. Well, he defended for so long. But a minute and 17 seconds into overtime, Juicy's pre-jump in defense flew too low. Nwpo kept on pressuring him, and just pressuring him until eventually he got a shot through. 22 shots in that game, 10 saves for Juicy. I think that replay might be worth saving. What a game. What an unbelievable game. What a series this is turning out to be. Momentum is definitely on Nwpo's side right now. 22 shots. Not something you want to have to face every game when you're against this guy. I mean, Juicy has defended well all tournament long, but that was the best we've seen from him. I don't know if he could produce that level of defense again. I mean, how can you be expected to do that against one of the best attackers in the world of ones? I think Juicy's slotting this, isn't he? Oh, he missed! He's recovered pretty quickly after missing the rebound as well. Juicy had an opening. Hit the post, tried to read the rolling bounce. But he's calmly back into the midfield though. Still switching up the pace brilliantly. I'm loving these little slow plays from Juicy. He knows that Nwpo wants this game to be played at 1,000,000 miles an hour. He's trying to keep it awkward. He's trying to use bursts of speed instead of consistent pace. Nwpo's struggled to read some of these challenges because Juicy's been so deceptive with them. You'll notice that Juicy's close to the ball there because Nwpo didn't have a lot of momentum. Juicy's changing his shadowing distance based on how fast Nwpo's moving. If Nwpo's supersonic, Juicy backs off. Right now, he sees the shot coming, he's out of there. He does not want to concede a long shot. When Nwpo's dribbling slowly, Juicy closes the gap. He might have own gold here. Has to turn around quickly. Well played. Nwpo did not expect Juicy to take it back in this direction. Juicy prioritizing small pads. A lot of players would have gone for that back corner boost, but he'd rather stay active in the midfield, but now he knows Nwpo is going the whole way. Look at the positioning by Juicy. Nothing to worry about. Nwpo had so far to fly. Juicy just waited for Nwpo to come to him, and now he's up by one again. He's had a lead in every single game. Now, I said that I might still call Saudi Arabia the favourites to win this, even if Nwpo loses this first series, but one statistic for you guys that will definitely favour Juicy and France if he can win is that the team who've won the opening series in every match so far have gone on to win the series. 4 of the series out of the 6 have been sweeps, but the 3-1 and the 3-2 also went to the team who won the first series. Juicy taking his time again. Tried to bait a challenge. Nwpo not falling for it. This is not a terrible position for Juicy. He's been very comfortable in defense. That's a great cut in field though. Juicy did not see that one coming. He thought Nwpo was just going to go straight for the shot. Nwpo waits for the bounce, cuts it in field. Scores into the open goal. That's a very, very good first touch by Nwpo. It's difficult to see coming when you're approaching the corner like this. Both players fake the kickoff. Delayed impact gives Nwpo a possession play. Another great first touch. He's so efficient with this takeoff, but the flip is not ideal. See the respect Juicy has to give Nwpo though. Even though Nwpo didn't get his initial plan to work, he still has the ball for free and slams a ceiling shot into the top corner. I mean, that's just the benefit of being Nwpo. Your opponent has to expect the flip reset to land at all times. Both players fake the kickoff again. Nwpo realizes. Faster out of the two players for the second time. Juicy. Off the sidewall, reset. And it's gone through Nwpo, who pre-jumped a bit too far. That's a tough one to see coming. Nwpo expected the top corner to be the target, and then when the ball came straight at him, he wasn't able to dodge in the correct direction. Still feels like Nwpo has all the momentum. Juicy is keeping this incredibly interesting. Did Nwpo expect this much resistance in a matchup he's heavily favoured in? I don't think he would have. I'm pretty sure Nwpo came into this expecting to just completely roll right through Juicy. He's already beaten Clears today. He probably thought that was going to be his toughest matchup. Juicy has impressed. Nwpo slams in a fourth though. Juicy thought he had enough time to react to this one. He did not pre-jump. He wanted to see exactly where the shot was going, but when the power is that sufficient, always going to be tough to react to. 2-goal game. Nwpo tries to delay the kickoff. It doesn't work out. Juicy rolls right through it. He's very confident with his resets. The double and the rebound. Nwpo's there for it. It's absolutely spectacular by Juicy. He's, for the most part, played a very solid and consistent game, but he's had his moments every single game that's been played. Underestimates Nwpo's quick recoveries again, though. That wave dash and dodge was enough to beat Juicy to the punch. Nwpo's still player in control. That second game proving to be a valuable win. Now Nwpo's been prone to tilting in the past. If Juicy had just snuck out that Game 2 win, I am sure Nwpo would have been very upset about it. Nice outplay by Juicy to get himself an open net. Now that is so instructional by the Frenchman. Just make sure to get it past your opponent. Nwpo's coming in with the world's most obvious block there. Juicy just makes sure to hit it around him. He doesn't care that he's hitting it way off target. As long as it's past Nwpo, he trusts himself to have the open net in the bag. This is a very fast counter attack by Nwpo. I'll start it off with an in and out save. Still so confident. Ceiling pinch now from Nwpo in his own back corner. That will concede possession, but not too long. He pounces on a heavy touch and scores a 6th goal. Okay, Nwpo's very much in top gear. The game and the series are being played in his world right now. Juicy might just see 3 more chances only. Nwpo is scoring with every attack. That's a 7th. He is just too good. Absolute speed demon whenever he's on the ball. Juicy not done yet. Looks to try and force an own goal there, but Nwpo left, knowing that there wasn't really any threat of a shot if he just leaves the ball. That might just be it. Nwpo pinches a clear, flexes some chain dashes, and then resumes his midfield pressure. Juicy's going to try and make something happen. Ceiling wave dash from him. The attempted block is speculative. Nwpo sidewall double, trying to celebrate this win with another highlight reel. It has been all Nwpo. Ever since that Game 2 ending, he was the player piling on the pressure then, and Juicy kept it close with an unbelievable defensive stand. And like I said, there's only so many times you can save Nwpo's shots. This is not the way to beat him. It's at least not the way to beat him when he's on form. And although Juicy has played admirably, He is just one game away from being eliminated as an individual from this tournament. He managed to, you know, keep Nwpo's shots lower in this game. And you might think, well, you know, did Juicy do something better here? Because last game, Nwpo had 22 shots. This game, Nwpo only had 10 shots. The difference was that Juicy didn't get the saves to force a follow-up shot. About half of Nwpo's shots in game 2 were after Juicy saves the first one. You'd almost get 2 shots and then Juicy would get 2 saves all at once. Whereas in the last game, Juicy just didn't get those clutch saves. You can't expect him to get clutch saves every time. It really is a once in a tournament kind of game that Juicy put up in game 2 defensively. Even Rawas would have been proud of that one. I don't think Juicy is just going to sit back. He's going to go and fight for this. He knows that if he just backs off, Nwpo is going to be too strong. He can take a more aggressive stance as well. He wants the demo by looks of things. Nwpo's able to get well away from it. Does mean the ball belongs to Juicy. Tries to get the boost on spawn. He's looking to fake a boost grab after missing it the first time. I like the idea by Juicy to try and catch Nwpo off his line. Now Nwpo missed a shot from defense. Juicy looking to accelerate into a counter attack. Doesn't have a lot of boost left, but he's got the 50-50 and the goal. And goes up to 2. White Eye only match donations up to £1,250. Listen, whenever you're matching donations, you've got to put a cap somewhere, my friend. You've got to put a cap somewhere. It's a dangerous game to say that you'll match all donations. I think the only instance I've seen that happen in Rocket League was Beast Mode saying that he'll spend $1 on his girlfriend's birthday present for every like on a tweet that he got. And didn't it get like, was it 6,000 likes or 15,000 likes or something? It was, wait, was it 60,000? Actually, no, it wasn't it? It was 60k. So yeah, you've got to say, you've got to put a limit on that or you're playing a dangerous game. Although in Beast Mode's case, genius impression farm. Perfect save again by Juicy, and the little wave dash off the inside of the post as well. High flickle back up Nwpo, but look out for the fast recovery. Nwpo gonna send it straight down the middle. Looks like Juicy didn't see it coming. You've always got to be ready for that. Whenever you force Nwpo into his own net and he could land at speed, you know he's going to go for it. He always lunges. Juicy probably knew that it was coming, but still wasn't able to move the ball fast enough. Nwpo's so fast. Yeah, I think Nwpo, at least in ones, is the fastest player. He's just, his playstyle is just ridiculously quick. And no one, I don't think, can keep up with him when he's able to peak. He's just in a league of his own. But I've seen him lose plenty times to players who just outposition him and force the game to be played at a slower pace. I mean, Juicy's done that at times in this series. Nwpo having to take a wide line there just to avoid any bump after the kickoff. Still made it back to the ball. Like, the only players who have kind of been in the Nwpo pace range been like Dark when he played against Daniel. That was a one-off series where Dark was incredibly quick. But the only other player that comes to mind who's consistently done it is Drally when he was, you know, at his peak. Drally and Nwpo, I think, are the two players who have played as close to perfectly with the just supersonic 24/7 playstyle. Good 50s by Juicy. He has to wave goodbye to his back corner boost though. Luckily for Juicy, Nwpo's first touch is very heavy. That allows him a way back into the play. Great demo by Juicy. Misses the boost steal, but it's better to just make a run for the ball anyway. Look at Nwpo. He fakes a challenge and then just pings the ball into the sidewall across the field. He's getting a bit desperate though. Some of these shots are ill-advised. Juicy's definitely going to be the favorite to save most of these. Look at this. Juicy getting tricky with it. Nwpo saw it coming. I love the mix-up there by Juicy though, because he's faking multiple things here. He's faking a flick, similar to when he scored earlier. He's also in a position where he could be trying to shoot that with a pogo. And then at the last second, he goes for the bump instead. It's a really good idea, but Nwpo was able to spot that one. And he does, of course, score on the counter. Oh, what a save, Juicy. Just slammed the ball into his own post and somehow didn't own goal. Nwpo's heavy hit will give it away. Juicy running down the middle again. Nwpo has backed off. Juicy goes to the bottom right. That's beautiful. I think bottom left would have done the trick as well. It's going to be super difficult for Nwpo to lunge into the bottom left corner, but Juicy faked going that direction and then went the other way. Minute and 20 to go. Can Juicy force a game 5? Oh, Nwpo has so much speed. Juicy did not realize he was going to be supersonic, but a missed first touch for Nwpo. Means this attack's going to take a bit too long. Juicy jumps over the next demo. And away he goes. He's got to be careful. And he is. And he scores after dodging yet again. Nwpo tries to chain together a whole bunch of demos. Look at Juicy though, just taking that perfect line to dodge Nwpo's overcommitment. Juicy knows that he's second best in the pace. But he's able to win in so many other areas, and this is not going to work for Nwpo. There's just no way. Well, I'm amazed he's made contact. I feel like Juicy probably should have just banged that as high as possible to counter the incoming early challenge. Juicy's got to be careful here. That's going to be a shot. It's off the post. Well, he's definitely feeling the pressure. Oh, great play. Nwpo finds a way through. That's beautiful control. Nwpo prevents the clear and recovers quickly. He's within one. Can Juicy hold on? He's got a boost advantage to work with. The early flick will get him a boost steal as well. Is he going to go for goal? No, he just plays for the boost steal at the far side. This is so smart for Juicy. He's not giving Nwpo any chances and scores a 6th goal when it is safe to do so. He didn't want to shoot there because the only way that Nwpo can come back in this situation is if Juicy gives him the ball. Juicy knew that. Just took away all the boosts and then secured a goal for himself. Nwpo's going to go the fast route here. Tried to catch Juicy going to the back corner to grab boost. Juicy too smart to fall for that. And that will be game. Juicy forces game 5 and keeps France toe-to-toe with Saudi Arabia. Main, thanks to the 44-month Tier 1 resub. Welcome back to the channel. I think I've kept up with everybody who's sub, but if I forgot you, I apologize. I'm trying to multitask here, but what game and what series we've seen. Can Juicy go the distance? Nwpo switching into Falcons away decal here. He was in a bit of a darker number last game. Now he's going to try and channel that regional pride. Get him across the line. 12 seconds in, Nwpo already in front. Fake kickoff by Juicy will secure the second possession of the game for himself. This has to surely be a mind game. Is Juicy brave enough to go all in? Well, he is. But was that a good idea? Because Nwpo's away again, and he'll score to make it 2-0. An air dribble from that distance will always leave you with very little boost, unless you're chaining resets and flipping forward to save boost as you travel. You're going to land badly. It's almost a certainty. Nwpo up by 2. Juicy has to be careful here. Nwpo looking to create an angle from an impossible position. Juicy's boost management has been very good here, but the shot is lackluster. Demo not available to him. Away he goes, back into his corner to start another long-range air dribble. Well, this is brave once again by Juicy, but this time he's got a solid hitbox. Nwpo tried to throw himself into the challenge, but he jumped up a bit too high. He had the pace, the accuracy was off. Juicy gets another kickoff possession play. That's a very forward hit there. If he'd kept that a bit more horizontal, he might have had a chance to air dribble. Nwpo certainly will. Launches himself into the ceiling. Flicks low, and Juicy actually recovers to get it. Well, that's unbelievable. How did Juicy know that that shot was going low? Nwpo is trying everything within his power to fake top corner. Juicy had the whole goal covered. 2-2. Juicy might take the lead here. Crushing kickoff win. He takes his time with it. He wants the 50-50. Doesn't get it to work out too well. Well, Juicy didn't want to take a risk there. He didn't have a ton of momentum. He knows that Nwpo can just scramble back and get a save. It will be a tough position. It's a great 50 though. Juicy plays for the boost, gets it. Nwpo's too far away to be in any danger of a demo. Off the wall he goes again. Nwpo looks for the lead, and he gets it this time. Juicy tries to challenge early. He didn't want to sit on the goal line. And Nwpo comes in from this angle. Nwpo's just always so ready. He can wait with it. He can shoot it early. His control, absolutely immaculate. And it's Nwpo's turn to crush the kickoff in his favour. Like Juicy before him, he decides not to shoot early. Both players being extremely careful here. That is nowhere near as careful as his kickoff play was. Nwpo, when he had the boost, absolutely launched himself into the back corner, and Juicy could see him coming the entire way. Well, I'm not sure what Nwpo was expecting to get there, I'll be honest with you. It's all well and good to try and surprise your opponent, but a back corner 50 is usually going to favour the defender, as you see there. Nwpo punished. Juicy 50s it past him again. Actually parks up in front of Nwpo to try and trip him up. Huge shot by Nwpo. Oh, what a save by Juicy. Great read on the crossbar bounce. Nwpo's blundered the possession now. Juicy runs it across the box to seal the boost. He's always got those little flicks of the camera to see where Nwpo is. I'm not much of an idea where that ball's going. Juicy saved by the bar. Nwpo looking for a reverse takeoff. He's finding ways to be trickier than ever in Game 5. Nwpo's certainly pushing the boundaries of what even he's capable of here. Messes up a wave dash. Juicy just gets the win on the back corner boost race. Nwpo's fake challenge convincing enough to force Juicy to flick the ball. It doesn't really work out well for him afterwards though. He tried to air dribble to the back corner, lost the boost. Now here comes Juicy, reverse wave dash to fake it, and then muscles it through the pre-jumping Nwpo. Oh, look at the mind games from Juicy. He's wave dashed there to make Nwpo panic. Nwpo can see that coming. He heard it as well, so he's jumped up expecting a shot. Juicy just forced it through him when Nwpo didn't have enough of a momentum, or enough momentum in that position he's in. 1 goal lead for the Frenchman. We're inside the final 90 seconds. Nwpo from distance. This is where he usually thrives. This time he will. Juicy got a touch. I think he saved the initial shot. Nwpo had it covered with the follow-up block. Look at this. From Juicy's POV. It was indeed a save. All tied. Reminder that the loser of this game will be out of the tournament. Their team will have to play on without them. It was expected that Nwpo would just roll right through Juicy. He's got the lead from a perfectly placed ground pinch. Juicy has really forced Nwpo to the limit here. That's a snipe and a half. My goodness, you can't save those. Minute and 13 to go. Can Juicy continue to produce the magic that has gotten this far? He misses a wave dash. Nwpo's got another goal. Oh, it's a mistake late in the game that gives Nwpo an opening. Juicy just got all caught up in himself with that slower landing. It was a bit of a weird impact on the ball. He did not react well to it. He's bumped Nwpo out of the position though. This could be a goal for Juicy. Top corner is just open. Oh, he's missed it though. This is such a small margin for error, but Nwpo hit his shot. Juicy missed his. Juicy messed up a wave dash. Nwpo punished him, and now Nwpo is the one who is playing this one out carefully. Pinch from distance is on. Juicy's there though. What a save. How did he have respect for this one? How did he see that coming? It was an absolute boomer of a shot from Nwpo, and he's stopped Juicy's ceiling shot at the other end as well. Looks like his long shot is off target. Nwpo's up for this. He is bumping Juicy off his own back wall, and that's just unplayable. Somehow Juicy still recovers and makes the save. And Nwpo can win with possession. He doesn't have to air dribble, but of course he will. He doesn't have to go for another goal, but you know that he will do that as well. It's always his way. Juicy will punish him for it, so they've traded mistakes. And 5 seconds remain. What separates the players is that Juicy hit the bar with his top corner opportunity, and Nwpo nailed his with the floor pinch. Can Juicy produce magic to force overtime? He needs to think of something here to get the ball under his control. He pushes it to the outside. Nwpo's right behind him. Juicy tries to surprise him. It's not going to work out. Nwpo's got the boost steal. He's one step ahead on that play. He's actually going to let Juicy control this. Did not want to challenge, understanding that Juicy had no momentum. There was nowhere to go. It's a really smart play at the end there by Nwpo to just let Juicy catch the ball. He knows that if Juicy catches that, there's no way that he can generate enough power with a flick when he's boost starved to score from that distance. And he's just waiting for the catch so he can bump him and confirm the win. Actually, challenging that ball would give Juicy a win condition because you never know where it's going to bounce. Wow, what a series. Juicy played so well. And I think he could be proud of that performance. Game 2 especially is that's an all-time great defensive performance. I'm not even exaggerating in the slightest. If you missed it, it's a must-watch. I'll be enabling the VOD after this stream is done. You can't watch it at the moment. And that does give Saudi Arabia the expected Series 1 outcome. Juicy came in as the underdog, fought bravely, but lost all the same. Still, still able to get as many games against Saudi Arabia as the rest of the tournament could. Let that sink in. Juicy got as many game wins against Saudi Arabia's A team as Dark, Clears, AMS, Chronic, Flitz, and Evo combined. I'd say that's a good result. That's probably the best way to lose.